Hey guys, Sharpend here. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a clicky future garage plug in Serum that sounds something like this. In addition to that, I'm also going to show you how you can add different kinds of reverb to help it stand out in the mix a bit more. The plug combined with the reverb sounds something like this. So in order to recreate that sound, the first thing you want to do is to open up Serum and load up a sine wave. Since this sound is great for future garage and other ambient genres which are very minimalistic, we're going to go with sine wave because it only has one frequency, so it's very subtle and still straight to the point. So let's start by changing LFO 1. We're going to set it to envelope mode and we're going to make it look like this. I'm going to change the curve like that, and we're going to use it to just modulate the octave of oscillator A. I'm going to go to the matrix, set it to unimode so that it only goes in one direction, and I'm going to change the amount until it modulates only one octave above, like this. And now I'm going to just modulate it an octave above either way so that the melody will sound a bit better. And now let's make it a pluck by removing the sustain, changing the curve of the decay, and let's increase the release to like 400 ms. So this already sounds a lot nicer, and you can change the curve if you want different types of sounds. Like here's an example, and here's another example. And you can also just change the speed if you want. I'm going to keep it at 1/4. Like this. Now the next thing I want to do is to use another LFO on envelope mode, and I'm going to use it to create a very abrupt pitch modulation like this. Let's go to the matrix and set it to unimode as well, and I'm going to remove the BPM and just set the speed to be really high. What we're aiming here is for a very quick descent from very high pitch to the original pitch, so that we will get a clicky sound like this. So now that you have this clicky sound, you can also add some more pitch modulation to the fine tune. We're just going to set it to be on bipolar, but we're going to set it to be not too high of a modulation, and we're going to set it to be pretty fast as well, so we're just adding some vibrato. So this is up to your personal preference. You can choose to not add some vibrato, and then you can add some noise. I really like to add clicky sounds. I've recorded the keyboard of an accordion, and it has some nice clicks, so I'm going to use that. And I'm going to set it to follow the pitch, so that the pitch changes with the notes. I'm going to increase the pitch like this. And now that it's blended together, we can add some effects. So we can add some dimension expanding. Let's remove the hyper, increase the mix, and you can set the size to be really big if you want to go all in for the effect. But if you just want some more width, you can just reduce the size like this. You can add some slight distortion, like soft clip sounds really nice on this. It adds a nice texture and it makes it more dominant in the mix. Or you can just go with the downsample function and add some bit crushing. But this really doesn't fit Future Garage, so I'm just going to go with the soft clip instead. And then we can add delay, which makes this sound really interesting. I'm going to set it to 1/4 note and 1/8 note. And I'm just going to tell it to slightly ignore the lows and the mids. And I'm going to set it to ping pong mode. and then you can just choose how much of the mix you want to add in, and that's going to change the sound drastically. It's up to you, but usually a lot of delay and a lot of feedback sounds great on this type of sound, so I'm just going to increase it. So now in addition to that, I've also added some external effects. So I have some room reverb here. It's going to make this sound stand in front of the mix a bit more. So the main thing here is that we have the wet pretty high. The decay is super short since it's a room reverb. And it's also at a small size so that it's actually a room instead of like a hole or something like that. So you get this sound from the reverb, which has a short decay and just makes it stand out a bit more. So together it sounds like this. And then I also have a whole reverb, which is a bit longer and it's at a lower mix. It's there if you want to create some ambience using the melody of your Pluck, and it's usually a good idea if you're looking for a more subtle and ambient production. So altogether you should get this sound. And that is pretty much it. Check the description below to download the accordion keyboard samples I've used in this video. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments below what subject you want me to cover up next time.